I don't know how I'm going to say this, but this right here is my speech. Please observe. This has really been bothering me. This plant has been sitting leaned over for the course of the ceremonies. Dr. Walter, you spoke about the soil. I want to speak about something slightly different. T.S. Eliot, in his poem The Wasteland, once said, "What are the roots that clutch?" I don't know if you know about The Wasteland, but it was written between the time of World War I and World War II. The world was spinning out of control, reeling in the aftermath of violence, prejudice, fear. Sound familiar? Again, like I said, I threw away my speech, but I don't know what to share with you. These ceremonies are ripe with decorum and banal platitudes that when I wrote my speech, it just didn't come off as real or authentic. It wasn't who I was. So today I'm going to share with you my story, and maybe from this story we can find some common unifying thread. I was a high school flunk out. It's kind of weird being here and saying that, but I really was. I flunked out of high school. In fact, I remember this one day being 15 years old, caught cutting class, and I was sitting in my vice president's office, and he looked at me and he said, "Sunny, you're a no-good, ungrateful bum." And I think he was half right. I was ungrateful. It took coming to Bergen Community College to learn what it means to be grateful, because I wasn't. You guys astound me. I've been very fortunate in life. There are certain things that I've never had to decide between. I've never woken up one morning and said to myself, it's rent or tuition. I've never had to study for an exam while putting a colicky 3-year-old to bed. I've never been spat on for the name of the God that I chose to worship. I've never been discriminated against for the gender of the person I chose to love. But I look around and I see people who've struggled and endured and gone through things that I can't even begin to imagine. And every day you astound me. I've had it easy, and it almost makes it unfair, cosmically unjust that I'm here and you're there, but we're all in this together, so there is no here or there. It's all an illusion. But let's get back to the whole, what are the roots that clutch? For me, the roots that clutched happened my second semester here, Monday, 9 a.m., half asleep. I don't think I drank any coffee yet. And I walked into Dr. Kaufman's Intro to the Novel class. And something happened. To be honest, something that had never happened before in my entire life. An individual who I respected and admired challenged me. He has this thing, Dr. Kaufman. He writes it, if you've had his class, I'm sure you've received this. You don't get a grade on your first paper. You get this little circled statement saying, "Let's talk." Really, that means you can do better. Challenge yourself, do better. And no one ever said that to me before. It was funny. My vice president just called me an ungrateful bum. He didn't say you could do better. In fact, he looked at me as if I was the scum of the earth. But here at Bergen, someone believed in me enough to say you can do better. And I did. As I said before, I've never struggled or suffered. Everything in my life has come fairly easy to me. And I look out across this sea of faces, and I know that's not the same for everybody. You've had to fight for what you've believed in. You've had to take in what wasn't given. And I admire that. And I salute you. And I know wherever you go on to, you will continue that fight. I want to thank you, class of 2013, because you shared your dreams with me. You gave me that something that I didn't possess because, to be quite frank, I never believed in myself until I came to Bergen Community College. And I thank you. I really do. I can't begin to say this enough. These ceremonies can be so pomp and meaningless and generic, but I look out at these faces and I see Laura Madera. I see Mandu. I see Matt Charles Friedberg. I see all these people who I know who've personally inspired me, and I just want to say thank you. I'm going to keep it brief. You guys want to get out of here? Star Trek is premiering tonight. But like I said before, what are the roots that clutch? What will you take with you today? I hope it's the knowledge. I hope it's the strength of conviction. And I hope it's the remembrance of the value of an education, because in our society, day by day, we are devaluing education. I hope that 20 years from now, even though it's wonderful that we've had this history of freeholders and shares and trustees and money being poured into this school, I hope you hold this institution accountable and say, hey guys, I hope that this new generation gets the same education that I did. I know sure as hell that I will. Thank you very much.